come up to the stage, Christopher. Christopher is going to tell you all about his fantastic new concept for paddle.
So, I'm Christopher from InstantPadel, and InstantPadel is a new innovation. How many in this room have heard about paddle before? Great. Last year, none of you would have raised your hand. But next year, all of you also would say that you have played paddle. The sport is growing like crazy, but there's one problem, and that is to build up a traditional paddle courts today, it needs major ground construction, and it's very tough to get permits. So what happens is that many of these nice arenas, they often land outside 20 minutes, 30 minutes outside city centers, which is okay. But what we did during the Swedish boom is that we thought about what if it was not so difficult to build a paddle court. And we did some innovation with great experts and came up with InstantPadel, which basically don't need major groundwork and can be built up in 4 to 6 hours. This potentially unlocks a lot of new potential. This type of picture here is from a parking lot. No permit were allowed, and it was the weight of a traditional court was not allowed. But due to the fact that we had our solution, we could turn a dark area under a bridge to a social, play, fun, family area. We also got invited by Gleneagles. We just put our court there, 4-hour build, 2 courts on a tennis court existing. They want to try out paddle. They didn't know so much about paddle, but they want to try it out. Now they love paddle, and now they have plans to do something more with paddle. You see also that you can have a paddle court near a living area, which basically for a lot of real estate people or properties is that they have plans. They have plans to build something maybe within 2 or 3 years. But during that time, we can be there to activate that area instead of having a dead area. There was also, since we had a crazy boom in Sweden, Stockholm, there was also a warehouse for boats. And during season, when the boats were out at sea, they turned it into the paddle center, which is pretty creative. We also got invited through Game for Paddle, which is the UK largest paddle operator, to Westfield. So we came to Westfield in central London. We had a 5-hour build over the night and a 3 days fantastic event. And this also means that you can use paddle for activation and for brand building. So basically what InstantPadel does is we can be a market builder to create, enable the sport and grow the sport and get people to try out the sport, building up communities around. But also we can do a lot of activation with a global brand type of approach. This activation was hosted by Andy Murray, and the PR was crazy. It was really fun. It was like the injection for paddle in the UK. This is also the examples for Soho House in Babington, where they have a 2-year installation. So basically with InstantPadel, you can either have a 3-day activation for a pop-up event, but a lot of our customers mainly use us seasonal or permanently. And the most of the time it's like, okay, when should I use InstantPadel? Is as soon as you don't get the permit or don't want to, do the major construction, which is very costly, there is an alternative to activate paddle anyway. What I want you to remember, since I've been talking and try to keep up speed to not take any minutes from all others, is basically when you have space, do your inventory, indoor, outdoor, where you can put traditional, do it. But you will find that there's many spaces that you can't do traditional. Well, then you can contact us and explore opportunities. So please don't hesitate to either contact Game for Paddle, which is the UK distributor, Or you can, on LinkedIn, search me up and say hi, or just send me an email and I can send you a PDF and get into more detail. It's very tough to get into more details here. But hopefully you got it. The last thing. Last year, 100 installations, 10 countries, over 100,000 people been playing our court and really have, approved us. So we're not that new, but we are coming to UK. Thank you very much.